Hello and welcome. It is round 7 for Tier 1 Esports Prospects. My name is Paddy Pat. I'm joined here today by Lemony Tang. What a cracker we're going to have here at China. It looks like we haven't got Lemony for a minute there, but yeah, it's going to be an absolute blasting race on here. China not being the driver's choice, as it were, but which is going to make for interesting racing for sure. And I am looking forward to this one now. We're just waiting to get the last guys into the lobby, and we'll be underway. We've got a short qualifying session here with 28 laps. That's 50% around this China circuit. Not currently on the calendar and won't be for next year either, so it's a little bit of a goodbye moment here at China, and I think that's probably why they've put it in the schedule. Lemony, are you there yet, buddy, or are we still waiting for him? No, he's still not here. We're still just gonna have to go with it. Hey, let's go and have a little look then at the constructors and the leaderboard as it stands after round 6 coming into China. So at the top then is CPI Robbie in the Williams with 107 points. Close behind him though is Scotty, 93 points though. He did have an opportunity last week to really get a move on. He did gain points on V Robbie with his unexpected retirement, but he could have done a lot better. 14 points separate the top two. Third place, Troy A. Great result last week. Still in with a sniff with the top lot. Don't count him out. Equazer, Mr. Consistent, 56 in 4th. QC Alex there in 5th in the Red Bull. FRL Jackson in the Sister Williams to Robbie down in 6th. With 35 points. Total Carney, 30 points for the Mercedes. And the two Aston Martin points, two Aston Martins, 16 and 18 points for them. And rounding off that top 10 is Bingram. 11th is Liam. 12th is Wally. 13th, Kaniti. Clement Pheasant, who is not racing tonight, and he's in 6th place, 6 points in 14th. The McLaren of Basel then on 5th.
Back in a second.
16th Ferrari from Sam Brooks. Haas for Cartboy is 17th. 18th with 1 point is Sol Vundex. 19th is Reese Boy, and Spider-Man in last place, yet to score a point here. Now then, we're going into the race right now into the qualifier right now, and it looks a bit foggy out there, it does. Let's have a quick look then at the constructors, and at the top there still is the Williams with 123 points. Second now is the AlphaTauri, and Alpine in 3rd. Yeah, not a bad result for them so far. But yeah, so qualifying session is underway, and they're just getting their setups on right now. Hopefully we'll get Lemony back in the comms box as soon as we can.
Can you hear me, Pat?
Ah, there you go. He's back.
Hello.
E.
Some technical issues there in the background, but we have them all sorted now this evening. And it's great to be here, Pat, as you say. This is round 7 from China. I can't wait to see these Tier 1 boys let loose on this track here this evening. It's going to be an interesting qualifying and an even more interesting race. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, well, it looks a bit foggy out there at the minute, and like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a bit of a farewell race here at China. It's not on this year's calendar. It won't be on next year's in real life. So, yeah, it's a goodbye race, shall we say.
Yeah, maybe so. They might get a bit of a contract sorted then, maybe for a few years to come. But it has thrown up a few situations before in the past, especially down at the hairpin turn 14 and 15 on the exit as well. Famous for people going into the side of each other, Vettel into the side of a few guys, and Max Verstappen as well. So it's going to be interesting down that big long straight, one of the longest in the calendar, especially when this track was brought out onto the calendar way back in the day, in 2004. And yeah, no, it's going to be a great one. Honest to God, I can really see it being a good one. It always does here in China.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We did have a bit of an error with the constructors there. This is the constructors. It's Williams with 151, Alpine on 106, and the AlphaTauri in third with 95. Sorry about that, guys. We got the wrong constructors up for you. But there it is. That is a constructors battle for Tier 1. And, yeah. There you go. Sorry about that, guys. So first out on track who's going to pass the line on their hot lap, not messing about, is Blobbly Butler. Interesting enough, I've not heard of his name before in the Ferrari, but we're going to come right on board with him for his first hot lap of this Chinese qualifying session. Now, this track is, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this track myself. Some people quite like it, but I just don't know enough of it. And it's never been in where I would do my online lobbies or racing and stuff like that. And I very much struggle. Sector 1 gets me quite badly. That turn where it just keeps turning on you. It's going to be similar to the Miami of that turn that just keeps going. Then it cuts back tighter on you. Very, very difficult to get that right. But anyway, we're going to hand you over now to Lemony to talk us through Blobbly Butler's first hot lap. Here we go.
I tell you, I'm going to have a giggle every time I hear that name there this evening. But yeah, in the Scuderia Ferrari across the line here, all the way into turn 1. It's quite a long straight into here. Easy to lose a lot of time into this really long right-hander. It's almost a triple apex, if you want to call it that. And it's one of the longest corners through there, over 180 degrees. Into turn 3 now, hard on the throttle on the exit. Watch the rear on old tyres as well. You can easily loop it around. Up through 5, down into 6 as well. Back in the day, Button and Kimi Räikkönen coming together into there. And then on the exit, we had Vettel versus Ricciardo back in the day. So it's great stuff. This track has always thrown out some fantastic stuff. A little bit wide through 7, which will compromise them through 8 here. But it's a banker lap more than anything else you're trying to get in at the moment. Turn 9 into 10. Make it a double apex left-hander. Very tricky again, as everything is in this track on old tyres. Now into turn 11, easy to lock up. You need to be patient here. Compromise the entrance to swoop in that exit as well. This long sweeping, ever on the power. Again, watch the exit, especially right here on cold tyres or worn out tyres. You can end up in the wall on the inside. Big long straight now, DRS wide open, a bit of a time to breathe for these drivers, but if you're battling for position, you need to hook that inside. You don't want to let someone slip inside you. But anyway, into turn 14 now, a little bit wide on the apex there, but into 15 now, and then 16, swooping through the last corner. Watch that curb on the inside and the exit to invalidate, but he got away with it, and it's across the line with a 1:35.2.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot faster times than that today. Let's go on to QRT Robbie then, who is our championship leader, and I've just noticed out there, Scotty is not in this race. Has he slept in? But he's not yet, and that could be crucial for this championship. Big Bambino goes to 1:32.9 and hits the leaderboard at the front, and he will get, I was going to say provisional pole, but then Chappers comes in the Red Bull with a 1:32, pretty much dead. But keep an eye on QRT Robbie, and let's see how he gets on.
Yeah, these lap times are starting to tumble, as you say, at the top of the time sheets, but QRT Robbie, Blobbly Butler has gone invalidate. He's crashed out there, actually. It looks like in the mini sectors there, 7 and 8. But as QRT Robbie comes through the last corner now, he cuts that curve nicely on the inside, and a nice exit as well to cross the line onto 4th only at the moment. But these are all banker laps right now. It's important to note.
Oh, I've just realised Scotty is here. Scotty is here. I'm going to have to get some glasses for next week. I'm going to have to. Right, going on to the other Ferrari car then. CRE Cameron coming through Sector 1. His Sector 1 time is 24 seconds. On the softs, Big Bambino though, a 1:33 on the mediums. Keep an eye on that as you see Bingram hitting the 1:31s. First driver out there at the minute to get into that by quite a way. 4/10 quicker than anyone on the field so far.
Good stuff from Bingram. He seemed to have dialed himself in nicely. It is a track you need to hit the ground running, because there's at least 3 corners in this track that you can easily bleed at least 3 or 4 tenths of a second if you get the braking wrong or the line wrong as well. Coming to note, turn 12 and 13 and 1 and 2 specifically, but 7 and 8 as well into 9 and 10. it's just always trying to trick you, as these Formula 1 tracks do. They really do test of these drivers and cars.
Splandy does need an invite back. Let me just give him an invite back. I don't know. Right to go.
No worries
there
at all.
There we go. So Splandy's back. I've given him an invite in. Yeah, so Cameron then coming across the line then. What is his time going to be? It's not going to be the fastest in the world, but it's a 1:32.9. And that secures him in third place at the minute. Going on to a Quasar on the medium compound tyre. A lot of confidence. This is one of those tracks I feel that some of the faster boys that are always really good, we could end up getting a spanner in the works for this track, because a lot of these guys will not be racing it, and it could be an opportunity for the guys in the midfield maybe to be better than the faster boys out there.
Well, consistency is key. Quasar is always thereabouts, so he might be battling for pole position here, especially with these long corners. Some drivers do have the knack for them, as you say, and some drivers just prefer the fresher grip, me included. But it is a challenging track out there. The cars are sliding around on these guys. Different strategies with tyres at the moment, perhaps. But I would suspect the top 10 will be starting on the softs here this evening.
Yeah, definitely. So just to mention, QRT Robbie, like, obviously he's our championship leader, very, very quick. He struggled last week, didn't he, and ended up DNFing. And we're going straight into China here. His banker lap was a 1:33.7, which puts him down to 7th for Quasar. On the mediums, a 1:32.7. Keep an eye on that guy when we get over to the soft compound tyre. Anyway, just a quick welcome in, guys. My name is Paddy Pat. We're joined here today with the Lemony. We are your commentators, and if you are liking the content as you see right now, please don't forget to hit that subscribe and give it a thumbs up.
Be rude not to, as they say, Paddy. It'd be rude not to. But the track action is fantastic here this evening. The Prospects eRacing League are really showing their true colours here this evening. I wonder when we're going to get... Oh, we have it there for 4th and 5th, I suppose. There's only a few hundredths between them. But I'm sure there'll be a few more lap times out there come the checker flag of qualifying with 8 minutes and...
A couple of the boys are really confident on those mediums, including QC Alex, who is just coming to the end and has got a couple of more corners to negate. Ew, gets a little bit slippy on the rear end there, but he's managed to keep it together. And let's see what his time is. It's looking pretty decent for QC. QC 6th place, 1:33 dead on the medium. So a lot of drivers out there preferring that tyre. I wonder what that is. I wonder why that is.
Could be more to do with the race strategy here this evening. You know, them soft tyres might be gone after only a couple of laps as well. This China track can be quite abrasive for these tyres, and this Pirelli rubber, it can struggle around here if my memory serves me correct. But as you say, yeah, Quasar there in 3rd position on mediums. Then we got Big Bambino in 5th and Alex in 6th on the mediums. Then Shifters in the top 10 on the mediums as well, down in 9th. But I'm sure there's going to be more lap times to come. As we see here, that Spidey all the way down, 11th all the way down, have yet to set a lap time. Spindy is out there at the moment in the Alfa Romeo, coming through turn 8 into 9 and 10. What can he put on the board? He's on these softs here as well, Pat. So you would want to see him, as you say, probably be up there between 3rd and 4th if he could possibly help it.
Yeah, well, he's gone on the soft compound tyre as Splandy. He's on the Alfa Romeo coming through the last sector. And like I said, that long right-hander there, that exit speed, you've got to really balance the edge between spinning yourself round, but like almost feeding that car, get that power down. But it's so difficult. I feel like we're going to see a few spins in the race there today. But yeah, well, Splandy coming through the last 2 turns. And we'll have to see what his banker lap's going to be. 7.5 minutes left then of this qualifying session. So far, Bingram is your provisional pole sitter. But what is Splandy going to go? He's going to go 1:32.4.
That's mad. It says 6 minutes and 28 seconds on my clock. So obviously, I have a bit of a glitch going on here. So I look forward to an extra minute or two of extra time, I suppose, in qualifying. That's the way I look at it myself. But yes, great stuff from Bingram, 1:31.6 at the moment, with Choppers into 2nd. This is his debut race here in Tier 1, I believe, also. So we'll be looking out for him during the rest of the race as well. See how he gets on. But great stuff from himself.
Not a bad banker lap for him as well. A 1:31.7. That's a good banker lap for Chappers in his debut. But we're right on board with Scotty in the other Alpine. The only Alpine, is it the only Alpine out there today? I believe it might be. Not too sure.
Shifters might be in one.
Where are you?
No. Yeah.
So anyway, Scotty coming across the line then for his first lap to record, and he goes provisional pole, and it's a 1:30, ladies and gentlemen, a second faster than anyone out in the field. He has come to dominate today. What a lap!
Fantastic lap time from Scotty, a 1:30.7, as you say it there, Paddy. Telling you now, and Bingham in there with a 1:31.3 straight away, but nowhere near Scotty's provisional pole at the moment. Can anyone beat that? That has to be the question here this evening. What a great lap time from Scotty.
Yeah, that's an absolute magnificent lap time. There's a lot of guys got to do a lot here to get that anywhere near that. But we've still got 3 drivers out on track. One of them guys is Goofy in the Aston Martin. Is he coming to the last sector? However, he is on the medium compound tyre with 5 minutes left to go. It looks like he's going to have one run at this and then maybe get in for a set of softs. Let's see what Goofy can do. It does look like it's going to be maybe a 1:33. It is a 1:33.2, 9th place for Goofy.
He's committed there to quite a short run on if he can get out in time as well. So who knows what can happen? If you get caught up with your teammate in the pits, you can hemorrhage 30 seconds, and that's all you need to be out of qualifying here. Yeah. So he's going to be cutting it close.
Yeah, he definitely is. Just a quick mention there on Blobby Butler. Blobby Butler. He's out of qualifying. I'm not sure if that was him done. But he's down in 14th place with 2 guys, Spider-Man and Troye. Troye, 3rd in the championship as it stands, deciding not to go out as yet, and he's yet to set any lap time. He's just going for the one run here.
Yeah, just to say that Blobby lost it through turns 7 and 8 a couple of minutes ago there. So I've seen it on the track mapper. But yeah, one of the guys just are coming to the sway and the yaw in the car. It is one of them corners actually as well, to be honest. That turn 7 and 8. Sorry, 8 into 9 it is as well. You know, that three corner section. It's really hard on these cars and drivers, especially when there's a lot of fuel in the car at the start of the race under heavy load.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm seeing a lot of these drivers out on the mediums. They're not happy with the soft compound tyre to start this race at all. They're doing the best that they can to get a good lap time here on those mediums. So just having a look then, Cartboy's invalidated. So we haven't got really anyone out on track on a hot lap as it stands.
Really at the moment. Bit of a lull in the proceedings, but this is everyone just starting to gear themselves up, to wind themselves up for this one and only last lap effort of trying to get this pole position, or to try to get themselves up as far up as the grid as possible. As you say, the medium drivers, the medium tyre drivers, far up in top 10 that they can possibly get, the closer they are to when everyone else has to pit early on them softs, they're going to inherit that lead. And that's the alternate strategy. So it's going to be a really interesting race now that we're lining up for here. But this end of the qualifying, it's really shaping up to be a real close one here.
It is. 3 minutes left of the session then. And Equator is out on the soft compound tyre, currently down in 7th place. But here he goes on his hot run here. And let's see what he can do as in again, sector 1. Coming through now, all the way down, flat up to 175 mile an hour before the braking zone. And it's a horseshoe turn, getting that apex right, get that power down. Do not let that rear end get away from you. Use all the track through the left-hand side. Now, if you get this right, it is almost flat out in 6th. Keeps it in 6th. Round to this long right hand of the G-forces you're experiencing through here in real life is off the absolute scales. And it looks fairly tidy through there at the minute, doesn't it, Lemony?
Yeah, it does indeed. It does indeed. His car seems to be on rails, not much sliding, which is obviously hemorrhaging time then as well. So he's keeping them lines nice and tidy, that rear end in check. And he does seem to be doing very well on this lap time as he exits turn 13 onto the back straight here. The DRS is going to be wide open. A little bit of a breath now, so concentrating hard on the braking zone here at the 14. This is a real all-or-win it now at the moment here for Quasar. He kisses that apex absolutely spot on through the exit there as well.
It's looking
no
good.
Complaining from the rear.
It's looking
good.
good.
It is indeed.
Oh, it's a light little hiccup there on the exit that could cost him. It goes second with a 1:31.304, just getting ahead of QC Alex. I'm wondering if that last turn cost him a tenth or two there.
Not quite sure there with that one, but he definitely had a really good run. It seemed like a good run through the last corner there. He definitely was pushing hard, I have to say. But yeah, he just came up a little bit short. He's a couple of hundreds though in front of Bingram, so not too bad for now. But everyone else is yet to set their lap time. I believe Bingram's on one at the moment.
Yeah, and
he is indeed.
He's looking very good by the look of... Sorry, going through Sector 1. Let's have a look at that. He is a tenth up on his time. So he will jump a Quasar if he keeps it all together now. And this is do or die. The track is very busy out there as everyone is on their last run. We've got yellow flags, people getting out of the way, people starting their last laps, and it's all going to come down to the wire here. We're going to have positions changing left, right and centre. So keep an eye on everyone on the field. But we're riding on board with Bingram at the minute now. He's coming through Sector 2. What is it going to be? It's going to be almost 3.5 tenths up on his time. And he's having a great run, is Bingram.
Yeah, he is. His Sector 2 was absolutely on rails. His front is pointed exactly where he wants to. His rear is not complaining at the moment. Again, he's onto the back straight now. All he needs to do is concentrate on this braking zone. We've seen how good a Quasar was into here. Can he do any better here? Bingram hard on the brakes. Lovely kiss of that apex as well.
So good. That looks so good there, doesn't it? It's Bingram. Can he get the last turn round? Cut across that apex all the way to the right side. It looks amazing. Scotty improves on his time, but it's a 1:30.9 for Bingram. Scotty improves again with a 1:30.3.
Fair play to Scotty and Bingram there. I'm having a look at Chappers here in 4th position. What can he do? He's coming through 7, 8, 9 now at the moment. One of the guys here, he's in his first qualifying session here for Tier 1 in the Red Bull. He's already got himself a fantastic lap time. Can he do any better? He's up a 10th at the moment into the second sector. He also is looking like he's on rails. Great stuff, a fantastic exit and line through 12 and 13 as well. So what can he do? Well, now he must be palpitating in that cockpit. He's fantastic line through the last few corners there since I've been on board with him. And as he comes down into the braking zone now, what can he do into this apex side of things? A little bit wide, but he'd get away with that one. In fairness though, he really would do. Maybe lost a 100th or two, but anyway, into the last corner now, clips that curb and unsettled him a little bit. He didn't quite get the line, and he comes up to the line and unfortunately just missed out. He's into 5th, but that's Chappers. Cartboy actually gets into 5th now as well.
Yeah, looking at Gulfy then, he's up on his time, he's 12th at the minute, this is his last chance, he's on the mediums, he goes up to 11th place, so not a lot of changes. Bingram, congratulations to him. Is he going again? I don't think he is, no, everyone has finished, but look at QRT Robbie, he's on the mediums, but he's down in 8th place. Great qualifying.
That was definitely one for the record books there this evening, with Scotty coming out your pole sitter this evening, with Bingram joining him on the front row for the Grand Prix. Big Bambino and a Quasar in 3rd and 4th, and Cartboy is your top 5. But fair play to Chappers in 6th. Great stuff from the newcomer here this evening. And as you say there's a few guys who might have, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but they'll be concentrating more on the race now. The mediums didn't quite work out as some of them would like to have seen it.
Nah, but if I remember rightly, the actual soft compound tyre around China is not worth going on. If I remember, it is a medium hard strategy for around China. The softs really don't last long at all. So it's going to be interesting to see the likes of shifters, the likes of QRT Robbie, seeing what they can do in 7th for 8th, see if that strategy works out for them. But obviously QC Alex as well, he went on the mediums, but he went 10th. Could he have gone on the softs? Maybe, I don't know. Is it going to be beneficial enough for him to be starting 10th on the mediums? That is the big question. Same with Gulfy Cameron. They went for it, it didn't happen. They have to start, they have a tyre choice advantage anyway, so they can pick some fresh tyres.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Alex didn't quite get there in 10th position, as you say. He's in the top 10, but on them mediums, everyone else behind him is going to be on fresh tyres.
Yeah, so
So,
mentioning that as well. Not only that, he did actually do 3 laps on those mediums as well, and he's in 10th, so it definitely didn't work out in that respect for him. But anyway, Scotty then goes on pole with a 133. Bingram, great showing from that man at 130.9. Only 2 drivers in the 130s today. Big Bambino in 3rd, Equaza in 4th, Carboy in 5th, Chappers in 6th, Shifters 7th, and 8th is Robbie. Both of them starting on the medium compound tyre. Splandy in 9th, and rounding off that top 10 is QC Alex, also starting on those mediums. Groofy then 11th, Cameron 12th, 13th Carnage, Blobby Butler in 14th, Spider-Man in 15th, Troye in 16th. No qualifying for Troye.
no, it might have been serving a band there, or just a tactical 16th with that one. Let everyone pile into turn 1 and he can just scoop up the inside and pick up all the pieces, I suppose. Not a bad strategy either, especially here in China with that swoop in turn 1 and 2. Everyone just, if there's contact on the inside, there's only one way they're going, and that is to the outside. So it is something for these guys to consider when they start to think about how their first corner is going to go, if they're going to go the inside, outside, how these, you kind of have to start thinking about it now.
Indeed you do, yeah. So just a quick mention then before we get into this race then. Thank you very much for everyone being here. If you do and you are liking the content so far, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We are looking for drivers for next year. They cover all platforms, PlayStation, PC, Xbox, all different tiers, all different speeds speed of drivers, and we're looking for drivers for Season 7. So if you're interested, please get in contact. We can see if we can get the link up in chat. I'm not sure if I can put it in the... can I put it in here? No, I have to sign in, so I can't. But yeah, get in contact. But please, if you do like it, give it a thumbs up, share it to your friends. And we're going to get ready for round 7 at China. So here we go then, pulling up to do their formation laps. Scotty then leading from the front again this week. But can he keep his cool and lead from the front? It's going to be a long race out there. I'm excited, are you?
Yeah, it's going to be a good one now this evening. Paddy, as you say there, Scotty in pole position, Bingram there in second. Is going to be trying to challenge down the inside, maybe around the outside into turn 1. We know the pace that Scotty has. It might be some of these guys' best opportunity to pull a move on him, especially at the start of the race. But also as well, these medium drivers out there, don't forget, they're going to come into their own side of things. You've got a few hard runners out there also. Guthrie in 11th and Carnage in 13th and Troye in 16th on the hards. So it's going to be an interesting, very mixed strategy. It depends where you're starting on the grid, I suppose, what your plan is.
Yeah, Gulfie's an interesting one, starting 11th on the hards. That could be a good strategy for him. Just keep an eye on the Aston Martin driver there. But yeah, it's very mixed strategies, which is going to make it very, very good viewing.
Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite see that there.
Yeah, sorry, Goofy then on the hards. We've got mediums, we've got softs, we've got a lot of mixture between the strategies, which is going to cause for some great viewing.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the people at home should definitely be setting the record button. This one will definitely be one for the history books. I said it before already in the broadcast. As I said at the start of the show, I feel it in my bones here this evening, Paddy. These guys, these tier 1 guys are really going to put a good show on to a side-by-side action. Inches, millimetres between them at times at 200 mile an hour. It's really what I'm looking forward to as we see an AlphaTauri on the grass.
Well, let's just hope that it just keeps it there. It just does that on the warm up there, and that's it. So they're coming through the last sector now, warming up the tyres, and we're going to be underway very, very shortly.
To be fair, I think that was Bingram regaining his position, so got away with that one, Bingram.
I really wish there was some admin that could be in the chat to get rid of this person that's putting all this crap in the chat. Yeah. It's fairly annoying.
Someone spamming the tube with the U, are they?
Yeah. Bit of dating. Bit of QE.
Oh, it's a bot.
It's
lovely.
It's a bot, yeah. We need to get rid of that. Anyway, we can't do anything from here. Here we go then. We're lining up on the grid. We're going to send you over now to Lemony to get us this race underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Paddy. It's great to be here again in the commentary booth as the last drivers line up at the back of the grid now. The green flag is being waved for the start of the race. We're under starters orders at the moment as we wait for the lights to come onto the gantry now. There they are. We've got 5 lights waiting for them to go out. It's a long pause. We've got to drive through blobbies after a jump on the start, but we won't concentrate on that right now. It was a great start from Scotty into turn 1. Bingham is left defending, and Quasar is up the inside of Big Bambino, but he's spinning. He's spun. He's made contact. He saves it, but he's on the grass, and he's been swallowed up by the field now as everyone is 2 or 3 wide through turn 3 here as well. Quasar getting swallowed up on the exit as well, but he's recovered very well, I have to say. How's he going to get on down into the hairpin now? What contact with another Ferrari? He doesn't want that, but he gets away with it, and he's up the inside of the Alpha as well. What can he do in the exit? Fantastic recovery from Quasar, but these guys are really battling all the way through the field. As you see, Shifters going side by side with a Ferrari as well. I don't know, contacts made. I don't know where to look here, Paddy. It's unbelievable.
It's a lot going on. I don't want to say Quasar won an absolute fantastic save, although being down 4 places, that could have been a lot worse for the McLaren driver, and he's fighting straight away, trying to make those positions back up. Shifters, great start. QRT Robbie, great start, up 3 positions already, and the battle, it is commencing left, right and centre here, and you just don't know where to look as they come through the last long right-hander, and what a start there. You see the Mercedes go slightly wide, but wow, what a start.
It looked like Days of Thunder coming out of that corner down the long shot there. There were 3 or 4 wide as Quasar dives down the inside. Chopper's into the hairpin. Fantastic stuff. Chopper's finding himself right in the mix of things here. He's getting really thrown into the deep end, but he's holding himself well in front of Cameron now and Spidey. Seeing Alpine rushing somebody rushing into the pits there with a Ferrari as well. Starting to settle out now after lap 1, but it was very hectic in the mid-pack.
Yeah, that was a great recovery there from Quasar. Back up in a 6th place, but QRT Robbie is right on the back of Shifters now, and he's going to make a move up. Remember, he's on the medium compound tyre.
Fantastic stuff from Shifters and Robbie. They've made a fantastic lap 1. Perfect for their medium strategy. They really are going to find themselves in the pound seat sooner rather than later here. Scotty's going to be looking over his shoulder because that's a free pit stop for them effectively here. I don't know if the soft to hard is going to quite cut it here this evening. No,
we're going to start seeing the softs going off very, very quickly. Cartboy not having a great start to his race, down 10 places in 15th place as it stands. Although looking to get ahead of Botty Butler, who had to serve a drive-through. And this is a hell of a battle going on at the back. And Cartboy gets that move done.
Fair play to him. I'm telling you now, it doesn't matter where you're really having it on. You're just gonna have it on here this evening with the guys here. But as you say,
having it on, having it on. Sorry, I'm just, yeah. Sorry, getting it on. Was it getting it on? I don't know the Muse song, but it was like getting it on.
Sorry.
Scotty then sets the fastest lap time out in front with a 1:34.6. I was trying to be funny. I don't think it worked.
No, you crackled out there. I didn't quite hear your beautiful voice didn't quite come over the microphone. Too high pitched.
Oh no! Spider-Man and Goofy come together on through sector 1. That was unbelievable. I wonder if we can get that back on the replay. Let's have a little look, shall we? I was trying to be funny. I don't think it worked.
Yeah, well, you crackled out there. I didn't quite hear you take it here. Your beautiful voice didn't quite come over the microphone.
So he's going in sector 1, we're on board, and he just goes through there. No! And he just like Goofy come together. And that on through sector 1 of that.
Unfortunate stuff from Guthrie there. What are you meant to do? But yeah, it was a nice recovery into 12th position. I'm not quite sure if he's got much damage. I haven't quite seen the replay myself, but looking forward to it nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know if you don't notice, but that is our new feature. We now have replays, guys. We now have replays. So I hope you enjoyed that first replay here at PRL Racing League. looks as if Spidey just didn't give him quite enough room, as we see Carnage recovering there in 12th. So he's had a bit of a spinneroo in the Mercedes himself as he recovers. But yeah, what you meant to do there, Guthrie, just get swooped in by Spidey. Sometimes caution is better than valor at that moment in time, but live and learn for the next time around in this race.
Yeah, right on board with Big Bambino there. He's in the DRS zone of Bingram. Bingram doing a good enough job, but he is getting dropped by Scotty, who seems to be overpowering out here today. 2.2 seconds ahead now as Bingram gets a little bit out of shape and brings in Big Bambino even closer.
Big Bambino 6/10 behind. Bingram's not doing too bad considering what Scotty's pace can be like out there. 2.3 seconds off the lead. Scotty isn't giving himself enough of a overcut here, because if Bingham decides to pull the undercut, 2.5 seconds, would you gain that on a set of mediums, fresh mediums, if he's on old softs over that lap? I'm not quite sure. Maybe you might just do it.
Maybe, yeah. Cameron though, right on the back of a Quasar. Everyone's settling down now, and the Ferrari driver Cameron is up 5 places, had a great start. He's on the medium compound tyre, and now are we going to start seeing 4 laps in these boys on the soft starting to struggle as they're starting to bring themselves in now.
Yeah, you would expect these soft tyres are going to start crying wolf any time now. We might see a few guys starting to lose the rear end through turn 1 and 2, 7 and 8, and 12 and 13 as well. That'll be the telltale sign if we see a few big wiggles and wobbles there. But the main thing is you're looking for a caution right now, but you don't want to be the caution right now. So that's always quite a fine balance to really achieve as well, Paddy.
Yeah, so right on board with Shifters then in the DRS zone of QRT. Robbie's red lights flashing. He's got no ERS left, and Shifters is really managing as well, sitting on 87% at the minute. QRT Robbie could lose 4th place here.
Oh my, that's all I'd be thinking if I was Robbie right now. If I knew how much the guy behind had, is oh my, because that is a substantial amount. He could literally just ERS the boost out of that down the straight and he'd be straight by him without even DRS. So it'd be interesting as they come onto the back straight now shortly, but with these medium tyres, they will be starting to feel a little bit of grip loss here. Nothing too major compared to the softs, mind you, but there is a little bit of tyre deg starting to creep in, and it depends on these cars' setups and the drivability of these cars now. This is really the moment of the race where we see how people feel in their car setup.
Yeah, so QRT and Shifters 4th and 5th on the medium compound tyre. Got a Quasar who is doing a good job keeping up with these boys. With the softs are going to start going off very shortly. But yeah, QRT is looking very, very good. As you see then Shifters then moving to the inside here, and that's a very, very easy move there from the Alfa Romeo driver up in the 4th place.
Yeah, a bit of a slam dunk. There might be a bit of a headwind going down the back straight there as well, helping these guys out with a bit of an extra slipstream advantage. But nonetheless, I'm sure by the end of this race, that position will be defended a little bit more vigorously than we just seen there, for sure, from Robbie and Shifters. But at the same time, they're trying to work together as Robbie is right back on the back of Shifters. But again, they don't want to lose time right now. They need to work together to try and make their way up the field and through the pack.
Yeah, a little bit of a slip there from QRT Robbie. So Shifters there doing a great job at getting in front. Let's have a little look at that replay then. As you see then, Shifters then moving to the...
It's a good move with that now down the back straight.
And that was, very good move there from Shifters. Up into 4th place then, lap 5. So QRT Robbie though, what's happened to him? He's down in 9th. Has he had a bit of a...
Did he have a spin? There was a yellow flag there when I was looking down.
Oh no, showing the replay, and we've missed QRT Robbie, who's had a bit of a spin. He's now down in 9th.
He's lost 10 seconds in that sector alone. He's definitely had a bit of a wobble out there. And his car is looking like a handful as well. He might have a little bit of residue damage on that car, but not ideal for Robbie. Absolute disaster. As a Quasar and Cameron are battling hard up here as well. These softs are starting to give up the ghost here for these guys. And they're starting to really feel the impact right now for sure as Quasar gets DRS, but he has no answer to Cameron down the front straight.
Yeah, looking on board with Shifters then, coming into Sector 1, he's really starting to catch these guys on the soft cut bow tie. He goes to the inside, he takes the tighter line, and Big Bag Bino is just going to have to yield on that occasion. He knows his tyres are coming off. There is no use of fighting it. And look at the traction. He's got out of that turn already, pulling away. And Bingram up the road. Shifters could make 2 positions in 1 lap here.
So this is the moment in time where I said if Bingram pits before Scotty does, he might be able to gain a substantial amount of lap time. Well, Shifters is showing what an old set of mediums can do against an old set of hards. An old set of softs. I think these softs have really hit the cliff now. They've fallen off it, and these guys are just going to hemorrhage so much time here. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I said around lap 7 you'll see these softs really screaming at you, and it's easy to see now as Shifters then is going to clearly make an easy pass around Bingram along this huge straight. It's a very long straight here at China, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is one of the longest in the calendar, especially when it was built back in 2004. But as Shifters, there's a slam dunk to the inside. Bingham doesn't even decide to challenge that. There's no real point at the moment in the race. Big Bambino and Cameron are side by side here. They're definitely going out of here, Pat. Through the second last corner into the last one now. And they're side by side there. Quasar decides to pit, and Cameron gets the old switcheroo, and he's up the inside. And on them mediums, it's really coming into pay now for these guys.
Yeah, Cameron making it nice and easy then as well on the mediums, up into 3rd place then as we see a Quasar and Bingram had enough on those softs, and they're now in the pits.
So I'm interested now. So Bingham, well, for my theory, unfortunately, he's gone on to the hards, but that'll see him to the rest of the race. But I wonder, he was 3 seconds behind Scotty, thereabouts. What can he do now when Scotty pits? Where's Bingham going to come out in that relation? So the different strategies have started to trigger each other's pit stops now. And for the next few laps, it's going to be a bit topsy-turvy, but it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top here.
Do you know what I see Scotty doing? I see Scotty doing the 1 stop on the mediums. I have one of those funny feelings going to try that 1 stop on the mediums. He's out in front by 1.9 seconds. Yeah, I think he's going to do it. Like I say, the medium hards is normally, or the soft hards, or the medium hards.
But he's just, I don't know, man, because, he's lost a second and a half to to Shifters in that lap, alright? And if you do that over 10 or 20 laps, like, sure, you've made your pit stop anyway. You know what I mean? So there's, about 15 laps left? I don't know.
Then V-Robbie then goes to the inside then and gets QC Alex back Scotty's up to 6th place. Scotty does go in the pit, so is he going straight on the hards and going for the 1 stop as QRT Robbie then gets ahead of QC Alex. Big Bambino follows Scotty in the pits as well. But then is QC Alex then going to make a move back at him here? No, he does not.
Let's see where Scotty comes out in relation to Bingham. Bingham is right on him here. Look at this. Just behind him, unfortunately. But he's 2 seconds off him. So he gained a second, but he didn't quite get there, unfortunately, for Bingham's strategy.
So everyone, just interesting there, Scotty's gone on the mediums. Everyone, yeah, I see, exactly. So is Big Bambino. Now, what are they thinking there? Are they thinking, will this go? Will this go? Or are they doing soft, medium softs? Or are they doing a soft hards? They're clearly not doing soft hard, but they're going soft mediums and then hope for a safety car for softs. I think they're going to have to stop again for softs, aren't they?
Well, we'll find out sooner rather than later, because Shifters, Cameron, Spidey, they're all on 8-lap mediums. So we'll find out in about 12 laps time, within the next 12 laps, if they can indeed last 20 laps. So We'll see how the guys get on out there, but risky strategy. He might be hoping for a late safety car, and also his low fuel and the track being rubbered in to save a bit of tyre degradation. But yeah, not too great as he's lining up Guthrie though down the back straight here, Scotty. What can he do in these brand new mediums into Guthries old hards? Guthries defending the inside though. Very good stuff. Deep onto the brakes goes Scotty. He tries to turn it in, but he gets pushed out wide. But he makes the move, stick around the outside of Guthrie. Guthrie didn't fight it on the exit. And what a fantastic move from Scotty. He's straight up into 6th. Hardly lost any time.
Yeah.
Fantastic form.
Yeah, great stuff. Didn't take long for those mediums to come into play straight away. And yeah, great move from him. Guthrie had no answer to that and couldn't get back in front with the DRS on the pit straight.
No, he didn't. Think Guthrie could have been a little bit more rude on the exit of the hairpin there, but he did leave him some racing room. Fair play to him. And again, it is only lap 10 out of 28, so there is quite a long way of this race to go. These guys are really putting their strategy and their thinking hats on this evening, but we'll see how the rest of the race continues. There's a great battle going on between Bingham, Equazer and Big Bambino here for 9th, 10th and 11th.
Yeah, just watching it right now. It's getting very saucy. A couple of guys on different tyres as well. Equazer on the hard compound tyre. He's going to the end. As you see, Bobby Butler coming in with the first penalty of the race. So not only did he get that drive through, he's also got the first one to get a 3-second.
Yeah, I think Blobby was just recovering there and got an unfortunate. Oh no! Equazer's been spun around by Big Bambino into turn 11. I can't believe it, Big Bambino, and he kept driving into him as well. He kind of had nowhere to go, but Equazer's been spun into 12th, and Big Bambino is still in 10th. Disaster.
Oh my God! I've never seen anything like that before. That was oh, that's definitely for the stewards. That was crazy right there. I'm really not. I didn't actually see it. All I just seen was the Aston Martin just take the inside, whether a bit audacious, but we're going to have to get that back on the replay a minute to have another look, I think.
Yeah, no, you'll see it on the replay. Get that on there because fortunately for Big Bambino.
So he has a little sniff and he goes late, but then he tries backing out last minute. And oh God, that's a squeaky bum. He knows he's in trouble for that one, I think.
Yeah, no, here, look, it happens to the best of us. In fairness, there was no malice in it there. Just a little bit deep on the brakes. Tapped Equazer's rear end. And unfortunately for Equazer, he couldn't quite save it. It pivoted. The pivot, the famous pivot with these cars, and around she went, and unfortunately it was right into Big Bambino's way, and he was trying to get out of the corner. He already knew he'd messed up, and he just compounded the situation. But anyway, what are you meant to do? No harm, no foul. Crisis back in the race as well, although be it in 13th. But yeah, definitely one for the stewards to look at after the race.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be a slam dunk now. See Carnage and Big Bambino swapping places for 9th and 10th. But yeah, no, great replay, guys, and you've got to thank the man Dizzy, our production officer, a production manager for PRL. We've got to thank him and give him a huge thanks, because every week we come here, he tries to make those small improvements to give you guys the best experience. And if you are liking it, do not forget to give that thumbs up.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
So, shifters then, lap 12, out in front, on the mediums. He's looking very good for him right now.
Yeah, not too bad. Again,
yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, no, he's sitting quite content right now with a 2-second lead to Cameron. 11 lap old mediums. He'd want to be thinking to get around. Yeah, he still has a long way to go with these mediums. He might still be sweating in that cockpit, let's be fair, with this kind of a strategy call. He can't be onto hards, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, Paddy. I really am up in the air how these drivers are calling it this evening. It's great to see, like, there's the alternate strategy being used out there between some of them as well.
Well, if he's started on the mediums, is he going to go softs, or is he going to try and push? Now, if he's going to go softs, he's going to have to come in and pit soon. Even with the hards, he's going to have to pit soon. He's done 12 laps. These tyres are probably starting to go off as we speak now on the mediums.
Yeah, they definitely are starting to cry a little bit more, but not as much as them softs, in fairness. I'd say they will I'd say they could get to a lap about 15, 16 on a push. But 20 laps on them tyres, I tell you, would absolutely be torture. I wouldn't want to try it myself.
But Gulfy, remember Gulfy started on the hard compound tyre, now in 7th place, done 11 laps on the hards. We're going to keep an eye on to see where he gets. He comes into play. Like I said, a lot of strategies, and there you go. Just as I said it, a lap before, Cameron then goes in now for the soft. So he's going hard. He's going for the one stop, and this is what I was saying. If he's going to go for that one stop, he's going to have to pit now. If he's going to go for the two stop with the two softs, then he's got to pit around about now, and we've just seen it there. Couple of the medium runners now making that jump.
Yeah, a lot of people also going on to them hards, so they definitely hard seems to be the race tyre this evening. But what's the likes of Scotty going to do here on them mediums? He might really find themselves in a bit of bother here. Same as Big Bambino, yellow flag sector 1. Ooh, oh, Carnage is out.
It's on a safety car, and there you go. We missed it. Sorry, I missed it. So Carnage is out. And he follows through to his name. It's absolute carnage. We've got our first retirement. 12 laps on the hards. And, explain what happened. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. What I seen was a load of cars coming out of the pit lane. And I was jumbling through. And I seen yellow flag. And I seen Carnage going greyed out. And I seen a big pile of them in turn 1 and 2. Sorry, turn 2 and 3 it was actually, so just on that kind of tight left-hander. And I just flicked back and they were all taking evasive actions. Carnage was on the inside there at the wall, and he was blocking half the track. So a few cars were taking evasive actions. A few of them nearly got blindsided into him as well, but luckily for the rest of the guys, they got away with it. But unfortunately for Carnage in Mercedes, they have brought out the first safety car.
Yeah, and what that's worked out lovely for Shifters and Spider-Man. Pretty much a free pit stop for them boys. Started on the mediums, and just as they were going off, a lap later from a couple of guys that have already pitted, and look at that, Shifters comes out on the hards, right behind Scotty. This is going to be interesting.
Scotty's on 4-lap all mediums. He is not pitted. Why risk it? I don't understand. Why risk it? Like, he could potentially be opening himself up to a really hard challenge from the hard drivers here behind. And he had an opportunity to get brand new mediums on. At least brand new mediums on. He would have only... Where would he have came out? Like 3rd? 4th?
I'm not actually sure, to be fair, but with the... he's going to have a couple of laps under safety car. Yeah. No. He's not going to do it, is he?
Well, he might be able to stretch them out, but no one behind him is going to, they're going to be like, what tyre wear? I don't need to worry about that. He's going to be struggling.
Exactly that. Shifters then, lap 14 on fresh hards. He can afford now to let Scotty go off in front and just play his own race. Shifters could be on for a win here.
He could very well do, although Cameron's definitely going to be trying something of it there. He's trying to burn some fuel off underneath the safety car as well, behind in third position. But I don't know, if you're Shifters there, you must be thinking to yourself, better buy a lotto ticket this evening, because he's definitely, I think he's the one in the pound seat now for the moment.
Yeah, but not only Scotty, then Big Bambino also decided not to pit. Everyone else in the field decided whether or not they pitted a couple of laps or after. They've all pitted again, including the guys that pitted a lap before. They've now pitted again, all on 0-lap old tyres. So yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, so Scotty and Big Bambino, the only ones out on the field that chose not to. Interesting strategy call for them too.
I don't know. We're just about halfway now. So halfway on 4-lap old mediums. Oh, I'd be biting my nails with that one, to be honest.
Well, we got Bobby Butler right at the back of the field, so he's going to stretch this safety car out as long as it can, really. So I'm wondering if we could see that replay again. Our last replay. I'm just testing something here, guys.
Yes,
yeah, it does. So let's go back to Equator then, and this replay. It was a little bit of an audacious move, wasn't it? I mean, yeah. It looked like he had a little sniff to the inside, and then he backed out, and then he thought, oh, actually, and he's kind of gone back to it. And it just did not work out for him at all, did it?
No, definitely not. Unfortunately for Big Bambino and a Quasar there. But yeah, as you say, he dove it down the ends. I think he outbroke himself more than anything else. He was in a bit of trouble. And unfortunately, just tapped the Quasar into that little bit of a spinneroo, especially when you're on that on the limit with these cars. It's like a pendulum. You know, it's just even the slightest bit of contact will throw that car around, even though it's got so much grip underneath it, just because you're right on that edge. A little flick and it'll be around, and that's exactly what a Quasar had there. And once she's around, the tyres then start to grip up, but you can't bring it back into a straight line. You just start to four-wheel drift almost into oblivion.
Well, there you go.
Safety car's coming in now.
Yeah, race control, safety car in. The Ferrari's not going to catch up to these boys. Mate, he's going to be very close catching up. Is Blobby Butler. He's gone on the hard compound tyre. Let's see if he can catch up to these boys. He's going to be very close. As Shifters is really backing up the pack really early. I wonder if he's doing that to help out the Ferrari car. Oh, hang on. How was Scotty got in front?
Because Scotty's the leader.
I'm literally having a brain fart. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I got put off by my dog shouting. Sorry, guys. I'm not in a broadcasting studio. Unfortunately, I do have to put up with my dog barking from time to time, so apologies for that. But yeah, we're going to be underway very shortly, and Scotty going to be leading the way. And like I said, backing up that pack really, really early.
It's definitely an interesting tactic here. I don't know when he's going to go. He's threatening. He's full throttle and off it. So you're not technically meant to be doing that here with the guys. It's not really what they want to be seeing. You want to be making a full decisive maneuver with the accelerator to bring this race back underway. If you're on the throttle and then off it, how are the guys meant to know you've brought it back to green flag? But anyway, he's definitely decided now is the time to go, using a bit of ERS as well. And that seems like a fantastic restart here from Scotty as Cameron gets a little bit wide there behind Shifters. And it looks as if Robbie's making moves on some cars behind as well. So I'm not quite sure if that was legal towards the line either. I'm telling you, it's all kicked off here at this restart.
Yeah, well, Scotty then backing up the pack has kind of helped him in some respects. You know, he does come as the effective safety car, so he can do what he wants in that respect. But yeah, bunching up that pack has really helped him out, and he knows he's got to do everything in the book, every little trick in the book, because he knows he's got a hard job to do here.
Yeah, no, he definitely backed the pack up though. I think sometimes though, like, do you really need to go 20 mile an hour? Like, do you really need to go that slow? Like, sometimes, I wasn't saying he was, but we have seen in the past some ridiculous speeds being brought back. But anyway, it doesn't matter now. They're full throttle now, back to green flag racing. There's no excuses. They have to be right on it now, especially with these tyres now back up to temperature. Scotty is the one under pressure here in first position, with Shifters in second, only 5/10 off the back of him, and ever more menacing in his mirrors through the exit there as well. These brand new hires are definitely coming into the fruition.
So just going back to that slightly, I mean, he knows that the field are on hard compound tyres. He knows they're going to take a while to get heated up. He's just seen them all weaving a full pelt down that pitch straight. He's got to use every trick under the book. He had every right to, and he was very smart, I feel, from Scotty there, to be honest with you. It's his only chance. He knows those hards are going to take a while. The slower he goes when he becomes effective safety car, the better for his chances to win this race. And that's only being a smart driver and using everything in the book to his advantage. So I believe fair play to Scotty on that one.
No rules are kind of broken on that one. We're bringing them back to the restart there, to be fair, but sometimes they think they can be a little bit too slow. But that's just, I suppose, everyone's to their own.
Yeah, we don't see Max Verstappen doing that in real life, or Lewis Hamilton, or even Alonso at Monaco backing the pack up. We don't see that in real life, so they shouldn't do it in the game, right? Nah, bad etiquette.
Oh, I have done the Fernando in Monaco to people. You know, I'm not even lying. Like, even Fernando almost had a bit of a smile on his face when he said it was easy. You know, because you know, to be that guy is sometimes so satisfying, because when you're not that guy and you're the guy behind, it's so frustrating. It really is. So it's soul destroying sometimes.
It definitely is at Monaco, because you have no choice but to keep your cool as well, and you know, and this is what I mean about the mind games. It's not just in real life racing. The mind games in this game as well, especially in league racing. You know, anything you could do to maybe wind up your opponents, to make them make a mistake, make them race angry, and yeah, that's exactly what. You can play to your advantage. That's exactly what happens in real life. And Scotty so far is holding off Shifters. Lap 18 then, 10 laps left. Can he hold him off for much longer? That is the big question.
Well, as you say, Scotty's going to be using all the tricks in the book. You don't have to be the fastest driver around the track, you have to say. You just have to be the fastest one out of a couple of key corners. You can go as slow as you like in the rest of them, let's be fair. Where do we need to be concentrating? Out of turn 16 onto the front straight, that's definitely one to watch out for. Turn 3 up towards 4, 5 and 6 into another hairpin, that's another one to watch out for as well. A sneaky dive bomb into the 6 hairpin. We've seen that before from Danny Rick and everyone else like that. And also then into turn 14. So turn 13, you need to watch your exit there into the hairpin of turn 14. So as we look at Cameron, 6/10 behind the leaders as well. So it's a bit of a trio here. He's just maybe starting to lose the back of them, but in fairness, they're literally the same distance between each other through the apex of that corner. So very close between the top 4, 5 even at the moment here, with Robbie in 5th position.
So interesting enough, then he's out of the DRS, he's out of the slipstream, is Shifters, which I think is been quite clever. He's happy to stick behind him at the minute, push him along. What he's doing though is bringing a hell of a train right behind him now, and I think he's just going to. He's playing a good game here. Shifters, he's staying behind him, put him under pressure, make him use up all of that tyre wear out in front, and yeah, I think Shifters knows that this is his one to lose right now.
He doesn't want to make the move too early either, though. You know, that big DRS move down the back straight might come into fruition later on. But Big Bambino, Bingham and Alex going side by side through the back here as well, really giving each other no quarts. But yeah, it's really kicking off between everyone through the field.
So Bingham then gets up to 7th. Is he on the mediums? He is. So Bingham is on the medium compound tyre. And he's making inroads at the minute then, up into 7th on QC Alex.
Good stuff. But yeah, no, Shifter's back into 2nd position now. We'll have a look. He's 3.5 tenths off Scotty. He knows he's got the tyre advantage here, but does he want to use the straight line advantage through the better acceleration through this key corner here? 12 and 13. Scotty is going to be looking in his rear view mirrors. Shifter says full ERS. He's using it here now, so it'll be a bit of a shame to see him not make a maneuver here. He's going to be into the DRS zone. He's coming up into the slipstream. Scotty doesn't do anything about it, and Shifters takes the lead even before the braking zone. Great stuff from himself, and demotes Shifters into 2nd. And you know Cameron and co will be itching to get by now to follow Shifters through towards the podium positions.
Will Scotty though come back at him in the DRS zone? It looks like he may do. Here he comes. He's not giving up that easy. Oh, he backs out last minute though.
I think that would have been a bit of a plane accident if they tried it on in there with Scotty's 10-lap-old mediums compared to Shifter's 5-lap-old hards. But nonetheless, he was entitled to it, and he's into 2nd now. He needs to be concentrating on Cameron, and Big Bambino in 4th actually as well. Doing fantastic on the same lap-old tyres as Scotty. Doing very well to be in this top battle and holding his own in 4th position.
Yeah, so while we have a bit of a quiet moment, let's take a replay then of our lead change then. Shifters making that move on Scotty. Oh no, what have we done here? Oh, we've made a right error there. Wait there. Never mind. No, we made a slight error on that one, guys.
Ah, sure, look, what are you meant to do there, Pat?
We
Still
made an
great,
error. We made
fantastic.
it. We made a little. What was going on here? Why do we keep seeing that? Oh no! What have I done?
It's a fantastic innovation. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen.
Look,
Don't worry about it.
Right, I've got to do all the hotkeys. I've got to do all the commentary and flick between all. Give me. It's my first time. I'm trying. We made a slight error there.
You need a trophy more than anything else. Fair play to you.
It's all kicking off here though. Chappers is coming back around. We've got 3 abreast almost into the last turn.
It's a massive accident. Spidey's after having a huge one. Sorry, Pat. Oh. Huge, out the last corner there. He got away with it, but his front wing is totally destroyed. Lucky that wasn't a safety car, Paddy.
Yeah, I know. I think I just seen it in the background. Now I'm going to see if I can get that replay up. Let me see if I can get it now.
Well, Pat, you can do it.
So they're coming through here, and it's just in the distance here now. As they come through, you just see the car there to the left-hand side, and that is Spider-Man losing his front wing.
He's lucky he didn't lose anything else there, Pat. They tell you now, the car just hooked and line and sinker straight into the left-hander. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I've managed to get the replays back up and running again, so my apologies on that one. We came back off the replay, and it's all going on. Shifters, though, in the lead. Strange enough, though, Scotty still hanging on within a second.
From Scotty, as you say, within that second, but coming under pressure from Cameron behind. Also within a second, there's a yellow flag out there. I think that is Blobby. It is indeed having a bit of a spinneroo, but we won't worry about that one. Guy really hasn't got much of an answer on their mediums. I don't know what's kind of going on here. Shifters maybe starting to struggle on his hards, but I think it's Shifters here at the moment here. I can't see anyone doing too much of a battle towards him, but I'm surprised with Robbie here this evening. I thought he would have been a little bit further up.
Well, he's coming into play then. He's on the hard compound tyre. He's in amongst it with no penalties, along with most of these guys. You know, Big Bambino's on the mediums. Those tyres are going to go off, and then it's a case of, can he challenge the Ferrari in front for that podium?
Alex as well in 7th, looking good in them hards. But yeah, Quasar's in 8th. Well, there's a massive battle actually going on here between 3rd, 4th and 5th. So a few guys a little bit spread out, but waiting to do their last pounce. It's lap 22 at 28, ladies and gentlemen. This race is coming to the crescendo here, but it's Shifters, your race leader, by 6/10 on Scotty, with Cameron just over a second behind, with Big Bambino in 4th, and Robbie is your top 5. That's really your race lead battle, ladies and gentlemen. The top 5 here, all within a second of each other, and it's going to be coming down to the last few laps now, Pat.
It is, and it's interesting to see all of these guys from 1st to 5th within a couple of seconds of each other, and really going at it. Like one little mistake and someone can just come flying through and take that position off you. Now, Scotty, he's got to keep it together. He's got to tie save. As you see there, he gets a slight wobble. That's an indication that these mediums are starting to go off.
Oh, lap 22 and 28, and you're already starting to see the rear end starting to complain. He's going to be having a bad time, ladies and gentlemen. By the end of this race, you can put your bottom dollar on that one. But maybe, I don't know, let's have a look at the intervals behind, because that safety car has really thrown it into perspective with his strategy there. Because they're like 20 seconds off the lead, is way down in 14th position. Blobby is 44 seconds off. Findley's only 13 seconds off, so he's going to find himself out of the points if he pits now, Pat.
Yeah, exactly that, though. Troye then just out of screen makes his way up into the top 10, and he's right behind Goofy as well, so he's battling out getting a few more points from him staying at the back of the grid today.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. That's always what you always aim for when you start these races. A couple of points in the bag, that's what you need, it's what you want. Bring it home, especially if you've had a bit of a mare of a time out there as well. If it's not your favourite track, we know it's not a lot of people's favourite tracks out there. But if you can come away with points, put a smile on your face, that's the main thing. But still loads of laps to go here, Pat, and these guys can't rest on their laurels for an instant, as Big Bambino gets passed by Robbie down into the hairpin. there's still plenty of lap times and points to be on the offer here.
Yeah, it was a good little pass there. A great overtaking point around China is that long straight. And it's just ended up being a nice, easy move. We see the Ferrari of Cameron going wide and picks up a 3-second penalty. And that could be crucial towards the end of this race.
Yeah, not a good day for Cameron on that one. In fairness, his lap 24 or 28. If it was me out there, I'd be nearly disqualified. Guthrie's got one there as well, but so does Blobby still. But yeah, not good for Cameron in third position. That is definitely going to compromise his podium chances here this evening.
Yeah, it wasn't a great... we just seen a great overtake from QRT Robbie to get up to fourth. His battle then was for that podium with Cameron, and Cameron just goes a little bit wide at the last turn. Can we get a replay of that? And as you can see, as we're watching Robbie right now, he comes through. As you see, the Ferrari in front goes very wide, and there it is, that 3-second, and that could be extremely costly for that last podium position.
Fortunate for Cameron there with that one, and Spidey gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far, down in 15th, unfortunately. But yeah, Cameron, penalty, not good. Scuderia strategy working a charm, as we know ourselves. If you're a Scuderia fan, you'll know the pain. You will know the pain. But Scotty is 5/10 off still. He's keeping shifters really honest here. And if I was shifters now, I'd be starting to think, praying almost. I'd be like, please, just let his mediums explode or blow up or something like.
Yeah, do you know what?
I mean?
To be fair to these mediums, that I think a couple of laps to go. I think now is the time where it's like, okay, the mediums are going to go off that cliff, and Scotty's got to be extremely careful how he plays this, because if he pushes too hard with really worn mediums going off the cliff, he could spin out and find himself outside the points. So he's got to be manageable here. His championship rival is in fourth. If he can finish in front, that is more points to take off the championship lead. He's currently 14 ahead, is Free Robbie. And like I say, if he finishes in second, QRT Robbie behind him, it's another few points off that championship running.
That's it. You need to just whittle it down one by one, as I just seen there. Troye done a Spidey out of the last corner, lost his front wing, got away with it though. No safety car as of yet. But yeah, Robbie, the championship leader, in fourth position. This is a day that minimise the pain gained. You know, that's what you need to do here this evening. And Sky, as you say, chipping away at that championship lead is exactly what he needs. He needs a bit more than this in the next race, in fairness, or a couple of races after, but there's not too much in it. Like, it's only
it's 14 points.
Yeah, like, you know, so 14 points here, that's less than a race win. It's very close here.
Yeah, it's kicking off for 7th, 8th and 9th with Goofy, QC Alex battling it out on the latter stage of this race. Quasar managing to get himself back up into 7th, and QC Robbie then gets ahead of Cameron.
Good stuff from Robbie, using the DRS to his advantage, maybe a bit of ERS as well, and he makes the move stick, and he should be able to pull away now through the rest of this race. Cameron's starting to struggle on them hards, actually. I just noticed bit of handful of opposite lock. Oh no, Alex as well, nearly losing it through turn 3 and 4. So everyone's starting to struggle out there, Pat.
Yeah, including the hard runners, as we've just witnessed. Scotty, as you said, is still sticking with shifters, which is so interesting. Has he got the tyre pressures bang on, where he's going to get a little bit more life out of these mediums? Are the mediums now coming back to him, as you well see in real life racing, because he's genuinely keeping up? And I thought he would have been under pressure by the people behind him, not 2.6 seconds ahead of QRT Robbie.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that's definitely mad to look at. He's no ERS left though, so he's blown his beans at that one. He's trying his hardest to keep it going. I think Cartboy's out there having a bit of a spinneroo out there as well. Yes, he has. Unfortunate for himself. So as you say, these tyres, the old tyres are starting to creep in now. The grip levels have worn away, and unfortunately some of the guys, a little bit of tiredness as well creeping in. We're on the penultimate lap, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty is leading, Shifters is leading Scotty by 0.2 of a second. But I don't know, I think Scotty's going to try and pull one out of the bag here.
If he manages to pull this one off, 17 lap old, medium tight, it's going to be 18 laps of time if he comes across to set his last lap. It's going to be an amazing strategy from him. But I just don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I'm scared.
I don't know either. Like, you know, literally as we're looking through turn 7 and 8, he's sweeping left and right handers, especially with the load going through the tyres. Like, I'd be expecting to see him shoot off, taking a hard left or a hard right on the exit. You know what I mean? He's really doing a great job here.
Big Bambino goes off the track slightly, down into 6th place now. Bingram up into 5th. But let's go back on to this little battle here, and I think as you're seeing there, as they sweep through that sector 2, that is where Shifters is just getting a little bit ahead of him, which is just enough the time that they get onto the straight, where Scotty can't mount an attack.
Scotty's no ERS left. That's his problem right now. Shifters has 20-odd percent, 29% into the braking zone there, so he definitely has that advantage. But I don't know, I think Scotty's going to try something here in the last lap. He has to. He's gone the mediums and Shifters in these hards. It all depends how this sector 2 goes, I think, here, Pat. From turn 1 to the back straight. Well, how close can Scotty get?
Yeah, I think Shifters has to make a mistake in sector 2. That is his only chance really. If Shifters makes a slight mistake, because he does seem to be pulling away. He gains here, and then through this long sweepers, he just seems to then pull away a little bit. So as you can see now, we're at 4/10, which is good enough to make an attack. But now, as you see through this long left-hander, you can see now he just starts to pull away. And was that a little mistake from Shifters?
Yeah, he was a little bit wide, but got it now with the exit of the track.
Exactly, look, and you're at 0.8, and that is why Scotty's struggling, because he's just getting that exit, and he's going to get the exit as well along this right-hander, where it's all about the grip on the rears. As you can see now, he just starts to pull away, and that is why he hasn't been able to mount a mistake. But don't take anything away from Shifters either. He has had to defend from a very, very fast driver.
Not at all, I'm telling you now. Shifters, it looks as if he had it all in the bag the whole time. He had Scotty and ourselves fooled. It was all his to lose after the safety car intervention here this evening. He's pulled an absolute blinder with the strategy and the track conditions. He's crossing he's coming out of the last corner now, crossing the line, taking the checker flag, and that is Shifters, your winner, ladies and gentlemen, and Scotty is in second, with Robbie is your podium. But I tell you now, what a fantastic race there, Pat, and everyone else. Fair play to Shifters this evening.
Yeah, look how close these boys are coming in. What a great race. Shifters got the strategy right out there today, and but you got to say, Scotty doing 19 laps there on the mediums is absolutely fantastic. What a race we had here today, and yeah, a couple of DNFs, Spider-Man and Carnage out, but all in all was a very, very good race.
Unfortunately for Spidey, just at the end there, DNF as you say. But no, it was a fantastic race out there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, said it one for the history books. This is Shifters. Fantastic race win here this evening with Scotty in second and then Robbie is in third. So that brings the championship even closer at the top, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. We're here again next week for round 8 for the Tier 1 Prospects eRacing League. But we also have Tier 2 and Tier 3 coming up later on in the week as well. Tuesday and Wednesday respectively. So it's been a great race here this evening, Pat, as always.
Yeah, I'm going to actually see if we can get Liam and Scotty, at least Liam and Scotty and Robbie, into the commentary. So bear with, and we're going to see if we can make it happen.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes with that one. Driver today, ladies and gentlemen, is Cameron, and that one, in fairness, the game gives it to him. But I was thoroughly entertained through that one, as we see the guys coming onto the podium now. A bit of a bing bang bosh, 1-2 uni flew. great stuff from Shifters yet again, with Scotty in second and Robbie in third. The flags representing the country the guys are from. Behind in the background, the champagne is flowing. The ticker tape is falling. It's been a great race again here this evening for the Prospect guys, Paddy. I tell you, it never ceases to disappoint.
It definitely has. So just rounding off then the leaders here. So Shifters takes the win. Scotty in second, Robbie in third, Cameron in fourth, Bingram in fifth, Quasar in sixth, QC Alex in seventh, Chappers in his debut getting some points. So good showing from him. Big Bambino in ninth. Rounding off that top 10 is Gulfy. Now the fastest lap goes to Cowboy outside the top 10, so no one gets that extra point this week. Sorry, Splandy in 11th as well. CPI Troy in 13th. He was doing well at one point. I think he made an error in the latter stages and he finishes in 13th. Lobby Butler in 14th. Spider-Man in 15th. And the back of the grid with the retirement is Carnage Achilles. So we're going to see if we can get these boys in the chat. If we can get them to the meeting room, that would be absolutely amazing. I have put it in the group. Let's just have a look to see if we can get them in. But we're going to speak to Dizzy. Dizzy's in here. We're going to speak to Dizzy. How do you feel that a race went, and with the new addition to the replays, Dizzy?
Oh man, that was a great race. Love watching that. I love watching that. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. The replays, well, a little bit of hiccup at the start with the sound that crossed over your sound as well. But we sorted that out. But wow, they look great. I love the replays. That was awesome.
It was awesome. I feel like it was a great addition, as we do every week. We try and improve PRL every week, and this is the man behind the scenes that really is trying to push the production, the different sort of things. I mean, there's a lot more behind the scenes as well, like your designers and stuff like that. But to get those replays working today, I hope everyone enjoyed that. And what do you think about our podium sitters then, Dizzy, this week?
That's good. Yeah, Scotty, difficult one there. Not so sure on the other drivers, haven't seen him too many times before. But yeah, Scotty there with the safety car with only on 4-lap old mediums, and it stayed out. That was great. Great 19 laps on the mediums. That was awesome. Yeah, to stay in second anyway.
It was a great end to the race. Lemony, we're going to try and get these boys in here, but they always seem to want to do it, and then when it gets down to it, they don't know what they're doing. I don't really know. Unless they're in voice chat. Let me have a look in PRL. Maybe they're in the voice chat. No. They're not in there either. So it doesn't look like we're going to get some post interviews, Lemony.
No, unfortunately not. These things take a little bit of time and people need to be aware of them beforehand. But nonetheless, though, it's always a work in progress. I think we have someone in there.
Shifters.
Shifters, congratulations, buddy, on the L Grand Prix win. Great race from yourself.
Yeah, cheers.
Talk us through then that strategy, and then at the end of that stint, competing with Scotty, knowing that he was in front, but he was on that mediums. Talk us through your mindset and your game plan at that stage of the race.
So, I think mainly for myself, the strategy, it was always clear. It was always going to be a medium to hard. Sorry, just somebody interrupting me. Yeah, it was always going to be a medium to hard. When the safety car came out, it was a total blessing because I knew everyone else were probably going to pit, and that's what happened. So yeah, sat behind Scotty for a few laps, just judging how his pace is, and I noticed through the middle sector where I was just pulling from him. And it really helped, I guess, knowing that information. That
moment as well, where we in the commentary box were thinking, surely now Shifters should be starting to pull away, but Scotty was kind of keeping it with you. Were you at any point worried there that his tyres weren't going off as much as you thought they would be?
Well, if he ran no ABS, then his tyres would have been shredded by there.
Yeah, it would have been interesting.
And the safety car as well would have, without that, it would have completely shredded his tyres. So.
Well, anyway, congratulations for winning the Tier 1 Round 7 at China. It was a fantastic race, great strategy. You should be very proud of yourself.
Yeah, cheers, and also shout out to Robbie and Cameron, who were just joking around in the party as well. So we were always always just joking about with Scotty.
To be fair, they had a great little battle as well, Cameron and Lemony. It was a shame that Cameron got that 3 seconds towards then. You wouldn't have seen it because you were too busy racing, but he got that 3 second, which made Robbie get that last place on the podium. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our race winner. Unfortunately, we don't have the rest of the podium guys, but that was good enough. What do you think, Lemony?
Yeah, it was a great one, man. Fair play to you.
Cheers.
There, Scotty, or Shifters, you absolutely smashed it here this evening, man. You really gave Scotty a run for his money, and you know what I mean? You put him back a peg or two. Same with Robbie as well.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's it.
All for Scotty, I guess, because if you've been keeping around, I always joke with Scotty about, maybe you should turn off the ABS, or maybe we bully him slightly about it. So.
You have to antagonize the competition. You know, it's like you're going flat through that corner, right? And your wheel looks a bit wobbly through that corner. You sure that's okay? You know, you have to get in the mindset some way. You know.
And the thing is about that as well, we were talking about it earlier in the race, where you have to play the mind games, and obviously behind the scenes, these boys know each other very well, and Shifter's doing his little bit of mind game tactics off the track as well. So yeah, it is great to see. It's all great sportsmanship at the end of the day. Join us for next week then for round 8, as it's coming towards the end of this season, and it's all to play for then out in front. QRT Robbie does fall a few more points to Scotty, who's now catching up, but great win there this week from Shifters, and we'll see you next week for round 8.
God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week.